This ayah started with قل. And this قل is to the people of the book. قل بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة سواء بيننا وبينكم ألا نعبد إلا الله ولا نشرك به شيئا ولا يتخذ بعضنا بعضا أربابا من دون الله فإن تولوا فقولوا اشهدوا بأننا مسلمين. Very powerful ayah. It determined the relation between Muslims and specific group. We call them the people of the book. And the people of the book, it's concept, Quranic concept, to the people that Allah sent book, mainly al-Yahud wal-Nasara, the Jewish and the Christian. We call them people of the book. There is others, but this is the many things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He sent the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it was a hope in the mind of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam that the people of the book, they're going to come and support the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul sallam is an innocent man with a very pure heart. And people with pure heart, sometimes they get hurt easily. This is why Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was shocked. He thought first that his people, they're going to welcome him, accept him, support him, Quraysh. He came to save them. Imagine somebody come to save you. And the reaction was exactly the opposite. And the Rasul ﷺ went through very tough depression and feeling bad. How come? Maybe me. Maybe I'm not delivering the message of Allah clearly. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاخِعٌ نَفْسَكَ عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ إِن لَّمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ أَسَفًا. What's asafa means? In Arabic you say asif means I'm sorry. But I'm sorry to myself. I feel very bad. This is why. Rasul ﷺ, he felt very bad that the mushrikeen of Quraysh didn't follow him. He thought, like him, when you're going to see the truth, he's going to follow. The same thing and more with the people of the book. He thought the people of the book, they saw the mushrikeen. Somebody came talking about Musa and Isa and Ibrahim. Somebody called for worshipping Allah and only Allah. He thought that the Christian and the Jew, they're going to be the first believers. Rasulullah, he thought that the people, all of them like him, they sincere, they saw the truth, they follow it. But the reality is completely different. There is other factors. What's the other factors? The love of the dunya, the arrogant, the love of power, many lists of sicknesses in the heart of the people that stop them from accepting the truth. People of the book, supposed to be the first people who support the Prophet ﷺ. And the innocent among them, exactly what they did. One of them is Buhaira. Bahira, he was a Christian monk sitting in the mountains between Mecca or Medina and Arabia and the north, Sham. This person, he was sitting there for years, waiting for the last prophet to come. And the Rasul ﷺ, he was young. He knew that the time he born. And he was waiting and looking in the top of the mountain, a cave, watching all the caravans, looking for one great sign that it's written in the book of the Christian and the Jews, that is a sign of the last prophet. It's Al-Ghamama. You hear about Al-Ghamama is the cloud. It's written that the person that Allah going to send, the last prophet, is going to be covered by the cloud. And he was watching, sitting there, the first trip of the Prophet ﷺ from Mecca to Sham. He was 9 years old. And he saw this from top of the mountain, he saw this small cloud moving with the caravan. He said, this is the sign. He came down. Some people in the area say, we didn't see him for years. He didn't come down. He didn't show to the people waiting for the sign. To show the sincerity of some of the people of the book that really waiting. And you know the rest of the story. He came, they left the Prophet ﷺ to watch their stuff. And they came to all of them, they gathered themselves to eat or something. And he saw, and he asked, is anybody else with you? He said, no, this is everybody. He said, no, there is one is missing. He said, only the young boy, Muhammad, we left him watching our stuff. He said, this is what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for. And of course, he saw the sign. He talked to his uncle at the time. And he told them, take care of this boy, because some people, they want to go to kill him. They want to kill him. And they say the Jews at the time they're waiting. They don't want this boy to survive, to be the last messengers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah is talking to the people of the book about what's coming. قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا. What's ta'ala? Come together. Ta'ala in Arabic means come. تَعَالَوْا إِلَى كَلِمَةٍ سَوَاءٍ. To one word that it's equal between us. بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ. Between us and you. Some common ground. Something that we share, both of us. We said we share, both of us. What's this word? What's this powerful word? أَلَّا نَعْبُدَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ وَلَا نُشْرِكَ بِهِ شَيْئًا. To worship Allah and only Allah. Every single prophet come to teach people about worshiping Allah and only Allah, and to don't make shirk. We are, all of us and the people of the book, we're supposed to share this foundation, that to worship Allah and only Allah. But of course, for them, they made shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ تَعَالَوْا. There is no more powerful ayah in the Qur'an for the unity of the people who believe in Allah. To bring people together, come together, to worship Allah and only Allah. So talking to the Christian and the Jew, قال أن لا نعبد إلا الله ولا نشرك به شيئا. This is the difference. To don't make any other shirk. What's the shirk of the Jews? Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, he told them, he said, you worshipping the money, and you worshipping yourselves and the power, and you put it. This is why Isa alayhi salam, when he entered to the temple, he started flipping the tables of the business people. Why? He said, you replace Allah by the money and the worldly benefits. This is your shirk. It look like you don't worship, and this is worshiping the desire. أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. So Isa alayhi salam, he knows them very well. And he said, I'm coming from Allah to tell you to don't worship the money. To take your business outside of the religion, outside of the temple. And he flipped them. It's very famous in this. So, and the Christian, their shirk is very clear. Worshipping Isa alayhi salam and his mother other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, the call of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the mushrikeen, to the people of the book, is to worship Allah and only Allah. And this is the common word between. And he said, this is the part of وَلَا يَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا أَرْبَابًا مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And don't take each other our Rabb other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of the worshipping Isa is very clear for the Christian. The Jew man came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, we didn't worship our أحبارهم ورهبانهم, our leaders, we didn't worship them. But Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he asked him, don't they used to ask you to do things that Allah asked you to don't do? And they used to ask you to don't do things that Allah asked you to do. He said, yes. Did you follow them? He said, yes. فَتِلْكَ عِبَادَتُكُمْ إِيَّاهُمْ. This is your form of worship. Do you know that they are telling you to don't do things that Allah asked you to do? For example, we don't deal with riba with the other people, with ourselves, but we do it with the other people. Hurting the other people, lying, cheating, using many haram things that Allah asks you to don't do. And you obey them, and you know them that they are wrong. This كعبادتهم الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is how you worshiping, and this is form of shirk. And ألا يتخذ بعضنا بعضا أربابا من دون الله. Don't worship each other or take each other as lords instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا. This to the Prophet. So your message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is very clear. Call them for tawheed. call them to worship Allah and only Allah. There is nothing different between the teaching of Adam alayhi salam or teaching of Ibrahim or teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All of them is La ilaha illallah. There is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah give them example of breaking the La ilaha illallah by worshipping each other, worshipping the creation and not the creator. قال فإن تولوا. Tawalla in Arabic means what? Turn away. Tawalla, walli. In our dialect, you say it in Morocco, walli. يعني walli arja, return. Walli, get back and return to the. فإن تولوا means if they took the opposite way of, means they rejected you. If they don't listen to you, you call them for guidance and they تولوا. فإن تولوا, what to say? قال فإن تولوا فقولوا أشهد بأن مسلمون. So be witness. If they rejected you, say be witness that we are Muslims. Means don't let their rejection of your message affect you, affect your deen. If every single person left this religion or reject the religion and you are the last person on the earth, you worship Allah and you don't care about anybody. And this is because the Arab, they used to have a respect to the Jewish people as the people of the book. They respect them, they have the knowledge and everything. If these people who you put a lot of hope on them, they tawallaw, they turn away, they rejected you. Don't let this affect you. This is the biggest lesson too. Don't worry about, it's not about number. It's not about how many people following the truth. It's about the truth. And this is what Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu said. He said, بِالْحَقِّ نَعْرِفُ الرِّجَالِ وَلَيْسَ بِالرِّجَالِ نَعْرِفُ الْحَقِّ. By the truth, we know the good people. We don't know the truth through the people. So my reference is not the people. Whoever the people, imam, not imam, whoever. We don't take the truth. The people tell, no. بِالْحَقِّ نَعْرِفُ الرِّجَالِ. We know people if they follow the haqq. And we don't do the opposite. It's not voting things. Majority sometimes they are misled. Majority sometimes is the. So this is the message Allah said to the Prophet ﷺ and to us. If they rejected the truth, don't worry. Tell them, be witness that we are Muslimun, that we will submit to Allah. So it's very important ayah, very powerful ayah for interfaith, for the people who really want to deal with people of the book. We respect them as the Rasul ﷺ asked us to. We treat them nicely. We treat them with respect. And the ball is in their side. This is what the Rasul ﷺ said. They call them the mean. They've been treated nicely by the Muslims. This is why for the Jewish, for example, if you look to the places everywhere in the world where the Jewish lived, they lived under the Muslims' places. I was looking to the map of Soviet Union. Where does the Jewish exist? In the south of Soviet Union, ex-Soviet Union. Where the Muslims countries, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, this is where the Jews live there. They don't live upstairs with the Christian or with the Orthodox Jews. You are from there. They lived in North Africa. They lived in Middle East. They lived being protected by the Muslims. Same people. Our people protect them from in Germany's second war from the Nazis. Who? The Muslim protected them. My father used to tell them, we protect them when the German army came to our city. We put them in the dahliz, in the basement, and we hide them. This is akhlaqul Islam. فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَاشْهَدْ بِأَنَّ مُسْلِمِينَ. They tawallu. If you don't trust them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want us to call the people of the book to the haqq, to the truth, to worship Allah and only Allah. And by the way, many of the leaders, they accepted Islam at the time of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The majority, they didn't. I'm talking specifically. But a lot of them. So this ayah is very powerful ayah number 64, Surah ʿImrān, about calling the people of the book to the tawheed, to worship Allah without shirk. Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ash-shirk. Allahumma ya arhamar rahimin ya rabbal alameen. Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min an nushrika bika shay'an na'lamuhu wa nastaghfiruka lima la na'lamuhu. This is the powerful dua to protect ourselves from the shirk. If you can repeat after me, is dua Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min an ushrika bika shay'an a'lamuhu wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lamuhu. Means, oh Allah, I ask refuge to you from making shirk, and I am aware about it, and I ask for your forgiveness if I make shirk and I'm not aware about it. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا منه سالما معصوما. اللهم لا تجعل معنا ولا بيننا شقيا ولا مطرودا ولا محروما. اللهم برحمتك عمنا. اللهم اكفنا شر ما أهمنا. اللهم أعط لكل من الحاضرين من الخير ما يتمنى. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.